Well, good day there, boys and girls. Welcome back to another episode of Traplines and Inlines. It is an absolutely gorgeous day up in the bush here today with my loyal pooch here. So we're up at camp here, guys, and it's been real nice weather up here last few days there. It's been real positive temperature and such, and it's been real nice weather in and around here. So it's been a treat. Now I'm about done trapping, so I'm real excited to get on to some new things here, and that's what we're doing here right now. You know, it's going to be our first bush camp video of the year, I guess, of 2021. So I'm excited. I got a lot planned for you, friends. Starting off here at camp. Yesterday, I was roaming around here working on little things, and it was just, like, geez, I got nothing to film here, so got to get right at her. Got lots signed up here, hopefully. So let's get right at her here, guys. Okay, first order of business. This is a table I got when I first, started living in my cabin, but then I built that kind of wooden countertop, and now I don't really use it anymore. I just use it outside, which is nice. I only paid like 20 bucks for it at the Salvation, but I'm just gonna put it here. You can see I don't have a whole lot of wood left, and it's the shittiest wood of the year. Just burning through it here, and then I'll have to go for a little bit of a run there. I'm probably in need of a spring cleaning here pretty quick, but I'll wait till all this snow melts and whatnot, and that's the time to do it. Okay, so I'll show you what I'm up to here now. I am trying to do it in a hurry too. You'll see why. Okay, first things first, and this is important here this morning. Look what I got. It's a single burner butane gas, cooktop or whatever. And I'll speak to you, about why I got her in a second. But I haven't had, well, I just tipped the whole thing over, but I tried to get coffee going here. I haven't had coffee yet today, actually. And this is half the reason why this is so deadly. So here you can see her. I'd read this, but I am trying to get the coffee going here, so I'll do that later. We'll just try and figure it out here, friends. Okay, so yeah, it takes these 8-ounce butane cylinders. It's gonna come right out there. I guess, or no, like that, sorry. And you can get these little butane, right? If I don't spill all that as well, I guess this just locks in here like so. And then we go to push this to lock, I guess. Okay, so this is where we're gonna, yeah. So I guess that's all that is, hey? I'm not seeing a whole lot of flame coming out of her though. But it's good and hot there anyway. It's definitely going pretty good, And I'm going to finally be making some coffee here today. Yeah, like that's burning good. You can't see a whole lot for flame on her, for sure you can't. Probably because it's so bright out here as well, but just gonna get coffee going here right quick, guys, because I'm in need here. I'm stumbling around here trying to film. I'm not making a whole lot of sense, friends. So I'm gonna get that into us here, and then we'll get on with it. Well, that is sure right on. It's really quite hot there. I know that kettle well by the popping and cracking. It doesn't whistle until it's stupid hot, and then it takes me forever to get that coffee down. So that is wonderful. By the time I had all this stuff lined up, I have coffee going here. So that is exactly how that's all gonna go. Better not leave the kettle outside, it'll freeze. But you can see here I have a French press. I'm pretty well cursed with these things. They're pretty deadly, right? You just put the coffee beans in there, and then you push it down, and it filters out all the beans. But this is like my fourth one since I lived in the bush. I always seem to be knocking them over some and breaking them there, friends. So yeah, that's a pretty sweet rig. Now that was only 30 bucks, and that's why it is the butane one. Like all the other ones were like the propane ones are quite a bit more expensive, and that's why I went up with the butane one. Like it's $30, you can't go wrong. And 3 cans are $10, and I imagine that'll last quite a while. And yeah, it sits right there. This is how I plan to use that. And we make coffee like a charm here. Now, there's a few reasons behind why I wanted to get one of these here. The big thing is like weather like it is here now in early and late winter, it's like it's only like -5 or whatever. It's really hard to have the stove getting hot all the time because it's too much. It gets the cabin too hot, like too hot for cooking and too hot for boiling the kettle and stuff. The big thing is boiling the kettle because, you know, quite often I want a cup of tea or whatever and my stove isn't hot enough to be boiling the kettle, which is fine there now. The only issue is that, you know, my stove's just not hot enough to boil the kettle, so it's not keeping that water warm enough, and it's just kind of a pain in the ass. And that's all fine because, you know, I'm not burning through much wood, and I'm not keeping that stove too hot, but it's definitely a pain in the ass that way. And, you know, another thing is in the summer when I'm not running the stove at all, and I just want to fire up a cup of coffee in the morning quick or whatever, or a cup of tea in the afternoon, and don't want to start a fire or don't want to keep the fire going all day, well, I just flick this on. If it's dry up here, you know, in the spring, and, you know, if there's fire bans and stuff, you know, that'd be a great time to use this. Wouldn't have to worry about any of that. So that was my reasoning behind that. It's the first project of today. And that is exactly, like, it worked beautifully there. I don't see myself ever needing a burner any hotter than that. So I'm gonna have some tea or coffee here. You can tell probably by how I'm mumbling on and buggering up all my sentences here that I'm without caffeine here yet today. So we'll get that into us here, friends, and get on to the next thing, which should be pretty damn deadly. Yeah, so you see, I don't have, like, there's my pile. There's not much there. Like, these kind of days I really burn through nothing though. Like, I got so much natural light comes into my workshop, I don't even start a fire in there right now, you know. Like, it just heats right up in there. And if I do, it burns very little wood, like if just a couple pieces a day, you know, so it'll last a fair while. Actually, all this stuff, of course, for my new friends, I cut green, so it's still got a ways to dry, but lots of it has already dried out quite a bit here, exposed in the sun. Like, it's already lightening up. That's the beauty of poplar, it's easy to deal with. But once all this snow melts and it unfreezes, I'll stack it up over there. Chickens are doing good as well. I have, you know, I've only lost one the whole time. Quite a few of my chickens went off the lay during the polar vortex. You know, it was cold enough for so long that now I'm only getting 6 eggs a day, but should pick up here pretty quick. And then getting all my equipment ready to go over here. Skidoo is mint, and I got some work to do on my sled, but I need a new battery for this most likely, because I'm gonna need it right away. Like, all of a sudden I'll need it, because when it melts and the frost comes out of the ground, well, my truck is useless coming through here, and the Skidoo is useless, of course, too. And then I had that too low, my gun boot, too low of an angle, and it was really in the road here to get in on the side. Now I put it too high, and it's the highest point, which is no good, so didn't gain much there. But yeah, there's lots to do around here. We're just working away at her. And here's what I'm most excited about today, likely. It's not too busy of a day either today, friends. We're just kind of bittered out here working on lots of fun stuff. I bought this here beauty the other day, and it's been something I've been thinking about for a hot minute, and it's a real beauty. I can't wait to get her set up here. It is an office chair for my camp, so I'm going to haul her down there, and we'll see if we can't get her upstairs there, guys. Yeah, that's one thing I definitely got right with my workshop, is you see the sun. You know, she's facing the west, so with that big window in the door, and that door I got, and that big window up there, it's just a treat. Like, it keeps it quite a bit warmer, and, you know, makes all the difference. And, you know, to start a fire into there today, it just kind of smolders away all day, and don't really have much for fur drying out there. You know, it's pretty well all done, so it don't really matter. You see, I had a snow problem around here for sure. I did there for a second. Really conveniently kind of got warm right after, and it all sunk down quite a bit. But pretty soon I'm going to be dropping through all the hard packed snow on my trail, and that'll be an issue. And then we'll be dealing with the frost coming out of the ground, which is an issue. I'm really happy with this. Like, for $31, It's hard to go wrong. I could clean up this shit. It's been covered in snow all winter, much like a lot of my other messes that I've been hiding all winter, you know, so. My cabin's not too clean right now. It's not too bad either. So, yeah, I'm not sure how all this is gonna go. This is gonna come unassembled, obviously, because the chair's not that size. We'll see here if I can't weasel it up there. Or the best way is probably to weasel it up here, but how this cabin's kind of set up, like I needed all this space to put the chimney through, but if you were ever to want to put furniture up or down, you'd know you just do it when you clean the wood stove here, and it takes nothing to pull that apart at any time. So that's how that's kind of designed. So we'll rip this apart here, guys. What do I tell you about this one? I have that desk upstairs, and I've had it upstairs for like a year and a half, and no chair for it. And so I haven't been in too big a rush to do that. You know, I usually, like, I really actually do a lot of desk work and stuff. You know, with the video editing is a big thing, a lot of video editing, and you know, I guess planning and shit like that too. I do it so much sometimes, and driving too, it kind of fucks with my neck and like my lower back. I don't know. So I was like, shit. Well, now's the time. I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and I really wanted to get a nice one, because I figure it's one of those things you buy and then you use for a long time. You know, I just think it's one of those things, and you know, like, I might as well have something that's comfortable, and I want the comfortablest seat to be the one getting all the work done, because that's like half the time I'm in the cabin to work on video. Otherwise I'm outside all day. But you know, once the sun goes down, you know, that's the kind of shit I'm doing. And reading too. We'll see. You know, it might be comfy enough to do reading too. What I'm telling you is spent a pretty penny actually. I went in there to go for the chairs. Are not cheap. Like, even those shitty ones, you know, you see at the big event centers or whatever else, they're not cheap. It really surprised me. But I went in there and seen some chairs, $150. That's Canadian, and I was like, shit, that'll be decent enough. You know, not really worth. You know, just it'll be pretty good enough. You know, I get in there and they're kind of smaller, and I didn't like them. Then I seen the 180, and I was like, oh, that's mint. It was fox leather. It was not near as mint as this one. So I didn't spend a stupid amount, but like, comparison to what I've spent on the rest of my furniture here, like, there is oh, she's really fuck me. We got a project here, boys, right? But like, I quite like this too. It's got the wood grain, like this, some fancy ass shit. It's not like true proper, it's plastic shit, but fuck it anyways. There's my armrest, I guess. So I'm gonna try and unpack all this. The one thing about this, if it's in this many pieces, it should be quite a bit easier, you know, to get upstairs and stuff. Like, those are my biggest pieces I guess, so I'm gonna get them up there, no worries. Some assembly required, as they say. I do a great deal of recycling this way. I love this stove. It needs a clean here. It's been a minute since I've done that, but this has been a wonderful addition. Like, it's just, I love it so much more than the other one, actually. To tell you the truth, that one works well in the workshop, but this one is such a treat in here. It's a real beauty. Even though it's so big, you know, it just works so much more efficient, and you can burn fires for such a long time. Like, you can stick a 20-inch log each way in that, so you can really build fires nicely. It's the big thing. Like, my other stove is such a small firebox. It's a little bit more of a pain that way, you know, actually. If it's real cold and you're really trying to get it ripping, this is the ticket. Okay guys, so it's been a minute since we've been upstairs here, hasn't it? And really nothing has changed. There's work to be done up here. I have not been doing it though, because we've been trapping, ripping on the line and stuff. Haul my stuff up here. So, oh, the sun is in the road there, but that's okay. Yeah, I quite like my upstairs, you know. This is my area. Downstairs, I just, you know, it's kind of just functionality. Do my dishes, dog hangs out, and this is kind of, well, I spend most of my time up here, without a doubt, you know. So, yeah, here's my desk. I paid $10 for it at the Salvation. Army or whatever thrift store. I can't even tell you. I got this box here. It's just all it's been doing is holding shit. You know, I see I got wolf skulls, bear skulls. I got different things on there. This box can go a lot of shit. It's just been storage. I'll move into my workshop here in due time, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But I'm gonna want to put this right here. You see, I love this nightstand. It's not too pretty. This is actually my favorite one I got. It's a really nice one. But the only thing here is it takes a lot of space. It's a mint footrest on the couch, but other than that, you know, it is a little bit in the road. So we'll try and get the chair going here. You wouldn't want to tumble off. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, this thing's super easy to put together. Like, it's not gonna take as long at all. You see, they even separated all the different parts and labeled what steps are for. So that's kind of, you know, it's little things that makes this easy. This is not gonna take us long at all here, friends. Like, we're gonna be in and out of here, so we'll get her done. I'll save you the boredom of watching me read through this. Yeah, it's not taking much to put this together, that's for sure. So it's real leather. This is pretty fancy, much fancier than what I'm used to. There's no two ways about that one. Just the armrests that hold the top and the bottom together, and I tighten these down, and I probably shouldn't have, because I need a little bit of play in them. We'll tighten them down all at once here, but just put these in here. Just like so. Bottom one as well. And she'll be ready to go. And then it's got some plugs here to put. It didn't want to show the screws, so put them in as well. She'll be right mint, boys. Okay. I think all we got to do here now is put the bottom on. I think it just sits right on there, but and that'll be that, I guess. I'm not sure. But super easy. Fuck. Super easy to put it all together. Takes no time flying it on, right? And it says to sit on the thing to get it to secure. Oh, she's really rolling around. I think I was supposed to sit on her. Feels mint. Okay, so this is actually such a beauty of a chair. Let's see how she goes in here. Pretty mint. Yeah, like this is such a beauty of a chair. Like, I sat in it. I don't know, man, because I've been doing like really a lot of driving all winter and stuff, right? And with my chair, I usually lean back there, and then that rough shit. My lower back has like been a little bit fucky lately. Lots of lifting and stuff too. So this chair's just got such mint support there. But I think just this sitting on this couch and there to do all my work's been buggering with it a bit. As funny as that sounds, but you know, just feels mint. Like, you know, gonna be spending a lot of time in this chair working on video and things like that. Might as well be comfortable, you know. And yeah, I did splurge. I definitely did. Up over here, get the coffee. The one thing I wouldn't want to do is go down that way, I tell you that much. But no, this chair is mint. You can see I kind of did splurge a bit there, I gotta tell you, or a little more than I originally intended to. But I figure it's one of those things, you just get so much use out of it, and you know, can have it for such a long period of time. Whereas other things here I'm gonna wear out and outgrow and end up changing, like this nightstand and this desk. You know, I'll probably want something else at one point, or you know, wear it out. Like, it's already pretty wore out. You can see it's scuffed up. I don't give a shit. It serves a purpose. You know, I paid $10 for it. Like, my couch I'm gonna wear out. That dresser's gonna fall apart, and I got kind of a little bit of everything, you know, just kind of making do. At one point, you would want kind of all the same, but yeah, it doesn't tell the true story. Like, for friends that come on here new and just getting to know me now, you would maybe even get the wrong idea, because like, other than Fuck, that looks good, eh? I paid, like, let's do a furniture count here. I got this one for free. This is a bed I had a long time ago, and I just took it. It was like a backup. No one was using it, so I got it for free. Same thing with the dresser. No one used it. It was falling apart. I had to glue the shelves back together. Free. It's one thing. I got no shortage of clothes, hey? I get all these hand-me-downs. Like, I got stacks and stacks of Wrangler jeans and shit like that. And I got sweaters overflowing. And that's overflowing. So I haven't spent money on clothes other than the Traplines and Inlines gear for, like, you know, 4 or 5 years probably. So that's one thing too about being off grid. I never have to worry about running out of clothes, because like I got 3 dressers full of shirts, for God's sakes. I just have too many, you know. Oh yeah, what were we doing here? So free. I got that couch for $20. It was mint. And then I got you see, I got this one, this coffee table, and that nightstand at a garage sale. I can't remember 100%. I'm quite certain it was $30 for both of them. And then the one downstairs got thrown in with it. I paid $6 for that one at the thrift store. That was $8. I just built it. This was $10. 20 and 30 is 50, 6 and 64 and 74. And then so then I got that one for free because I won it at a cattle show. And then this one I just got for free at a just store newspaper and stuff in it. And then this thing is a bastard to keep clean because I didn't treat it or anything. I should have. And I don't like it because of that. It kind of pissed me off, but it serves a purpose, same thing. But I don't spend near as much time with fancying up the bottom level, you know, because we track in a lot of mud, especially with spring coming and shit. And then, like, that's my furniture, $74, I guess, for everything, other than my. So it's really, it doesn't quite tell the picture. Showing you my fancy chair now. This, like, downstairs here, like the dog rips, you know, I got all kinds of shit tracking in, and I'm doing a lot in a small area now. The thing about a small area, it's easy to clean, but you have to clean it more frequently. See this chair here, old Pooch Man, he's pretty well got it wore right out. So I was thinking about getting a leather chair there, but he loves this one so much, and it would just be a chair for him anyway, because you can't kick him out of it if you tried. He just loves it. We were outside like all day, and now he wants to come back inside, so we're chilling. So yeah, other than this chair, my total furniture is $74, and it's an awesome feeling because, you know, I spill shit on it or whatever, I don't care, you know. But this is just beauty, boys. I'm so excited about this. You can see, yeah, like my favorite pieces now, like I really like this chair. I really like this nightstand too. It's a little dirty. This one's more wore out, so it's not quite as nice, but it's even got like the wood grain on there. I thought was mint. I don't think this is the best idea in the world, but I want to get her going. Like, boost it off a car battery, I don't think is all that great an idea, but I want to get her going before I buy a new battery, because even being such a small battery, they're more expensive than you'd think. And you know, it wouldn't start in the cold, but we'll see if it has enough charge to keep us going, you know, this kind of weather and stuff, if it'll hold charge. So I'm going to fire it, and then I'm going to try and fire it up here. I haven't started it all winter, right? So I just wanted to do that. We will we'll let her run, you know, and see if we get this battery charged up, see if it'll hold charge, see if we do in fact need another one, or if it's good or whatever. We're gonna take her for a spin. There's enough snow you can drive it around, but just not everywhere, because, you know, in the bush there's like there's lots of snow yet. There's a lot more snow than elsewhere. Sun don't hit it. Well, she's probably froze in, but we'll see. around here to give pooches exercise or whatever. Yeah, that was fun. It's still not the right tool for the job. There's just too much snow for the quad, but I gotta have it ready because it'll be critical here pretty soon. It might be my only path of entrance into camp. It all depends on how it melts and such, but you can see here, this battery is no good. It's not taking charge or anything, and I'm just gonna replace it because it's not worth pissing around with. It really isn't, because as soon as you have to piss around trying to boost it, or it leaves you stranded once or whatever, it's just, you just can't piss around with it. So I'll replace that. They're not too bad expensive, but they're AGM, right? So it's a fair bit. And then that'll be ready to go. There's no maintenance or anything I got to do on it. I'm all up on all that. I put it away, in everything all done up and whatever. Got to deal with all this shit here pretty quick as well, and all that'll be deadly. So yeah, Cooks, he enjoyed his run around and whatnot. So it's ultimately just kind of one of them days here, guys. Like, I have a few projects. Like, I went go get those projects, so they were kind of projects I was saving. I wanted to get a chair one day, but it's a hell of a jaunt to get into town, so I'd go very rarely. So it was kind of something to do yesterday and give me something to do today a bit. But I'm waiting on stuff in the mail for big projects, and then about halfway through March, and the rest of the March is going to be real busy elsewhere. So we're really just chilling out, which is fine. It's pretty slow going. I don't like it as much as being busy, but we've been busy all winter, so it's kind of nice to chill out a little bit, So I have to, like, all this wood I put here was the shittiest. Like, I organized it in quality, so it's good to be burning. Like, see, this stuff it's got a lot of moisture in it yet, and it's good to burn now. It just smolders along all day, but I'm trying to find some stuff here for kindling. Like, see, that's rotten. That one will be all right. That's, yeah, most of it is still pretty heavy, but this poplar, if it's dry, it should be just light as a feather, like that. It's just light as a feather, so split as much as we can. I need some of my cabinet shit, so it's my little axe. I have a couple of these, and the older I get, the more focused I am on quality. Like, these axes, they're like 25 bucks. I guess this is my third one now, because I use them all the time, right? In my truck and shit, and like in my truck and shit, and chopping through ice and firewood, and it's kind of annoying the snow the way it's at, but you realize, like, one good axe could do the same thing. Like, these they don't hold an edge good. They get buggered up easy. But I have one I keep in my truck, and one in my skidoo, and then one that needs a new handle, but it's hardly worth putting a handle on it. So I much rather have a good headed axe made of decent quality. But that being said, as soon as I get one of those, I'd run it over, lose it in the bush or some shit, and then it's like, what was I thinking, hey? Whereas you do that with one of these, that's not good. You do that with one of these, you don't think about it for too long. That's for sure, right? So yeah, it's just kind of one of these days, little camp chores and shit. I've had a couple of these lately, so I don't got a whole bunch to do. I'm just kind of, like I said, in a standstill. I do need to do a big cleanup here, and like outside I got lots of shit, but it's all covered in snow. I'll do it when the snow melts. And then I should really do a deep clean of that workshop. I still got a bit of fur I'm probably gonna have to put through there, so there's really no sense cleaning it up nice now. But everything's organized and stuff. Camp's all clean and shit, and you know what I mean. It's just kind of one of them. So we're gonna get stocked up on projects again here. Not to say that I have a shortage, but I always got to have something to do here. Okay, so We'll keep giving her. This is pretty boring, huh? Okay, guys, so I'm just making some craft dinner here on my cooktop. Works real nice. Just made hot chocolate and stuff too. The one thing about this, like, it's pretty windy out there today. It blows the flame right out, eh? So, that's one thing about it. I got it inside here now. I gotta tell you, I'm not keen on these propane or butane or whatever burners inside, just in these little canisters. I don't know. Most of the time, you know, that'd probably be just right on, and you wouldn't have any issue. I just don't like the idea. I gotta tell you, I've never been too keen on keeping these like little, like my little propane heater, this thing inside. But like to cook a dinner, I'm sure you got no issue there. And like that's one thing, I guess, probably a lot easier to smell butane than propane. I would prefer it outside. Actually, it's no less convenient being outside on my little table than it is here. But I've been ripping on the KD because I bought these 2 boxes on sale, and I've just been eating them up. Now I'm just chefing some ramen as well. Yeah, so there's plenty more flame here than it looks. It's almost like it's burning hotter than it was when I originally fired it up. But the main thing is just the lighting. The sun's not out. You can't probably see not as much. But it feels even hotter. I don't know what. Yeah, it feels hotter, I guess, just being inside. But I got all these lights up here. I still can never get the lighting quite right. But okay, so there's lots to talk with you about there, friends. So first Bushcamp video of the year. I got lots of them lined up, you know. I just put them all under the Bushcamp title, all the off-grid stuff, little projects around camp and whatnot. It's a lot of fun to film most of the time. You know, I can do whatever I want. If I want to buy an office chair, we'll film that. Butane stove, whatever, we'll film that. It's basically me doing whatever I want to do up in the bush while I was filming it. So yeah, it's a lot of fun for me. I'm just having a nice day here, and want to talk to you a bit about what we're up to 2021. Basically whatever I want to. Like I said, like I got a lot of things I want to do here. I'm just realizing now, like, there were so many projects I had wanted to do, but they're all pretty little things. Like, you can blast through them pretty quick. I'm realizing now I don't have as much content lined up as I think, but there's definitely a fair bit here. I got lots to do there tomorrow. I got a tire that's leaking on the 12 valve, so I'm gonna have to go fix that and get shit while I'm out. And then gonna have to run trapline tomorrow too, so I don't even know if we'll do any more work on this video tomorrow or not, but I got a package coming with shit and we'll do it in this video. So that's right on. But in general, like, there's a lot of things, like, I'm not sure, I don't have any real big projects lined up, which isn't good, because them are what's fun, right? But like, I'm not interested in working on any big building project. I don't think this summer. I just don't think it's gonna work out, or it's going to fall into place. Well, at least specifically regarding a cabin or anything like that. Like, this little cabin of mine, I really quite like it. Like, it's not very big is the only thing, but like, you get real used to small space real pretty quick. It just becomes normal, and I quite like it. It has everything I wanted to do, a place to do all my work, got all my books. It works out real nice. Like, I really quite like it. Like, there's very rarely time when, like, I'm roughing it. This is roughing it in the bush, man. Like, I haul all my water, and you know, I got the shitter outside and no shower out inside and all that stuff. But you don't mind it. I love the lifestyle, you know. I love all the little chores. I love the harshness of it. It's just always have. So there's not enough as much incentive there. Enough incentive there for me to do it right now. There's so many other things I want to do before I come to that point. Like, there's so many things I have to learn yet as well, because I only want to do the next step once, really, is what it comes down to, friends. Like, you know, there's just not enough incentive there. Like, what I got here is perfectly mint enough, you know, at the time being, and there'll come a time where it's not, you know. But I really quite enjoy, like, I plan on wearing this one out pretty good, you know, getting good use out of it, because I've only lived in it, you know, not even 2 years yet, I guess. So you know, I just hardly getting settled in here. Just setting up my office workspace and such, you know, like. And there's so many little things to figure out in an ordeal like that. Like, it's a lot more than, you know, stacking logs if I'm going to be thinking about that. Like, I've come to the conclusion that, like, what I'm going to be building next in terms of living arrangement will be, like, it would be the final, you know. Like, I don't plan on building another cabin and then a house. But I've said things that would contradict that, and I don't want to contradict myself further down the line, so like things can change, like I said, but that's where I'm at right now. Like, there's so, like, and if I don't have good reason, good incentive, like, and good motivation to do something, like, I can't just be doing it to make videos on it or whatever. Like, it would be, I wouldn't give it my all. It's, you know, it's just how it goes. So like, I'm thinking, you know, keep doing what I'm doing, working on other shit. Like, I got so many projects, so many things I can add to, so many things I can work on, and so many things I can learn before I go into that. Like, there's just so many little factors, a lot that will have to be set into place beforehand, and they're not set into place, you know. And that's fine. But like, I have a lot to learn, you know, in order to do that well. Like, I want to do it once. I'm gonna hold that to high standard, I guess. Pretty tired out here, but if that makes any sense, you know, like. And then, but I might have something lined up out there. Not talking about living arrangement, but I don't want to spoil any surprises there too much. We might be looking at different options stuff. I one thing I keep stumbling upon, I know I get comments on it a lot, is milling lumber. I've thought about that a fair bit. I really have. I have books on it. It's not quite. It was a real wake-up call when the lumber prices went ridiculous here with the COVID and whatnot, but it doesn't scream at me, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't scream at me, like, just quite yet, it doesn't. Like, you know, when something's like a no-brainer, it screams at you, you know, but this has never quite screamed at me. Reason for that, like, one is, I don't live in a place in the world where we got valuable trees. Like, it's spruce, poplar, bush, and all I really have here is poplar, and there's no sense, like, I got no like, what am I gonna do with them? You know, very little. Like, I got spruce, we make some nice dimensional framing lumber and stuff, and makes good log stuff as well. But like, what I have here, like, it's just on the bank, and it's dreadfully steep. Like, it's dreadfully steep here, and this is the least steep of any place along here. So there's a few logs that be on the side of the bank you could maybe get, but otherwise I don't even know how you'd get them out of there. It would be a nightmare. It's so steep, and this muskeg, and I don't really want to particularly cut the trees based on where they are. So I don't have a stand of timber. Like, there's a few over there, and I would have to be driving quite a ways, and they're not valuable. Like, if you had more valuable species, you'd do better off milling them yourself, you know. But for what it's worth, and what I'm doing now too, and like, the big thing is, like, you're trying to compete with a sawmill that's got all this high technology for milling lumber. You know, doing it by yourself seems like a bit of a tough gig. Honestly, and like, drying that lumber is like an art more than it is a science, they say. Like, that drying that lumber is a hell of a process too, and it's more precise than what I would have originally anticipated. Like, because you're gonna have to be drying that a considerable amount of time, and to air dry, it's not near as good as kiln drying it. Like, they have to dry that out very slowly to begin with, I guess, and it'd be to get it nice, and that's quite a process to get that perfect without having checking and shit. So those kiln dryers, they know, they do a lot there for sure. Like, guys that run them would do a lot. There's no two ways about that. So it's quite a process, and you're talking about an expensive mill, and it's one of those things as well that like to do it, you would have to really do it like quite a lot, I think, like to be you know, productive with it, to be doing it all the time. With what I'm doing with my show, like I can't, it's real hard for me to film the same thing every day too. You know, to do the same thing over and over again, keep it exciting. And I kind of like to do different things all the time as well. So another thing too is like, it's not like, okay, you figure out today that you need this many boards for a project, and you're gonna, oh, all of a sudden you're gonna build a shed or whatever, and you need this much lumber. It's like, okay, now you gotta mill it, and now you gotta wait for it to dry, however long, and then before you can use it too, and that's kind of a pain. I not quite yet. I haven't thought about it. I hum and haw about it long enough that I know it's not a good decision. Actually, right now, you know, there's plenty of other things, but I got to get myself into some big projects here, because otherwise it's not going to be good. So I guess what I'm essentially saying is I might even be letting you down, friends. I don't got a whole lot planned here now that I really come to think of it. Now that I really sort through all this shit, I got it written on the wall here, like. But you see, things happen quickly around here, and it's quite spontaneous with the whole deal. Like all of a sudden we're doing something big, so it all depends. I got things I have to do before I do other things, you know. It's kind of a bastard that way. But other than that, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I got big plans. Mainly, I'm not sure what they are yet. But I always gotta be busy, I tell you that. And there's 1,000 things I could work on here. It's really just figuring out which ones to do, because, you know, I wouldn't want to, you know, trying to spend enough time thinking about what I'm doing, make sure I'm doing the right thing, you know. I've been trying to think about it, but I just keep going different directions and running into issues, and I'm not entirely sure, but we'll figure it out. You're damn right. There's always lots of exciting shit here, so we'll just give her and see what happens. You know, like most of these things, like they just happen quickly. All of a sudden, yeah, that's what I'm doing it now. Whether it was me deciding to live in the bush or any of these projects, it's just like that. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Maybe tomorrow I'll show you some shit, maybe not. I got lots on the go and stuff. And yeah, I'll show you tomorrow. We'll be right on. Okay guys, so I guess the whole day kind of slipped away there, but it was a good day. So I'm just getting back to camp here after running the line. Caught a couple beaver today, but that's a different video. I'm kind of making two at once. Anyways, I tried to nail a few birds with the same stone. They're heading out to get this tire fixed, but I really just can't fuck around with the leaking tire, because the leak, like it was even a real small leak, but a small leak leads to a big leak, which leads to a fucked tire. These tires have been so far really good, not to jinx anything. I had to get this one fixed, valve stem. I got these old rims. It'd be hard to see. They're good from afar, far from good. They're pitted to shit, and you know, starting to corrode pretty good, but I paid $200 for the whole set, so that makes them deadly rims. But today on this one, I had to get the valve stem fixed on it as well, but it was leaking too. But it was, the main leak was on the right on the bead there. Now I've had that happen before. Got powder from balancing on the bead, not done well. But we even cleaned these off when we put these tires on here a year ago. I think we hit them with a wire wheel or whatever, but there was like corrosion in behind the bead and it was leaking. I can't see if you can see where it was marked. Probably here, I think is where it's marked. But it nearly looked like a piece of wood, like a stick had kind of, how in the hell, I don't know. But anyway, it was an easy fix. I was worried to see it there. It's not a near easy fix, the sidewall. So I got a whole bunch of shit going on here, and I'm excited as can be. So we'll show you in a second. Anyway, so I picked up groceries today, so I'll show you all what I got. Show you what it takes to keep traplines and inlines stocked up here. My chips are on sale, so I got a few bags of them. Been eating like shit lately. I dusted a few on the way. Here's dinner. I was wondering if these have the cheese in them. That's what's for dinner. I'm so hungry, gonna cook them up quick. The issue with these, they only put 10 in here, so you split it and you eat 5 of them. Well, it's not quite enough here tonight, but if you eat 6 or 7, well then it's not enough for another meal, so one of those things. I got stocked right up on ramen. It's the best kind of Mr. Noodles is the Oriental is the best as far as I'm concerned. But. So I got a few of them because it's cheap and I've been dusting quite a few of them lately. And then canned beans, like these are just the essentials. And craft dinner, but I bought nearly 30 boxes the other day. So that's mint. I got quite a bit of groceries here now, but these are the things you always got to have because they last forever. And, you know, I got quite a few constant food sources here in the bush, but you never have too many canned beans or fettuccine or whatever, or rice in particular, and bread too, but I guess not so much so because it expires and such. But yeah, so I got quite a jungle of shit here. I don't even know where I'm gonna put it all. Just start stocking it. And I'm gonna need that one. Okay, so that's it. Now we'll put that one in the wood stove, but I have really been using this a lot so far, you know. I think it's deadly. The only thing is, like, it's a little bit chilly road today. Not too bad at all, surely, but it doesn't work as good outside in the cold. But once it warms up, you know, it will work mint. I'm just not keen on this thing inside. I don't know. It's quite a small enclosed space, right? So, but it's one of those things that'd probably be fine, but I don't know. So I got all these here. So 5 is not gonna do us here, boys. We might have to hit up some KD, but I've been hard on the KD lately, so I don't know. But we'll start with that anyway. These aren't very big ones. You see, she really goes better inside here. Oh, I gotta lock this, correct? See, she really goes better inside here. Look at how much more flame there is there. Remember I was showing you earlier how there wasn't so much flame there? Like, that's the ticket. And I want all that to get the kettle going, because I'm impatient. When I want coffee or dinner, she's got to be right ready to go, you know? So, I got some stuff to show you here in a bit, but we got to get some calories into us here, friends, or it's not going to be a good deal. So, okay, guys. So, I got a package from Amazon today. And lots of little things in here. I have a couple of books and such. I've heard this book referenced enough times that I had to read it. I have a general idea what it's about, and I think it's going to be good. I also got this book, From Tree to Table, and I don't know how that one's going to be yet. I don't know near as much about this one, and we'll investigate there, see how that is. I like the idea, of course. This might be a letdown here. This is a little kit. It's got all the different round-headed bolts I was going to use to put runners on my sled outside, but there's very few and they're quite small. I maybe should have. It was pretty cheap, but I maybe should have done a little more thinking about this before I got it. I don't know. So we'll see here. Yeah, so I got all different sizes at the very least, but those are pretty too small. The ones I got enough size of. Certainly be convenient one day, but this might not work too good for what I intended it to do for, to use it for. So we'll have to see on all that, but I do got lots of little ones, and that'll certainly come convenient one day, I guess. I have lots of little kits and stuff of that sort. These are cool. A little bit of a letdown, I just noticed that, so we might be off to a poor start. We'll have to see how it goes. Just getting a fire going in here. Yeah, it got chillier on me, so. Like when they put shit in these nice little cases and it's not just, oh, yes. These are countersink drill bits, and I'm going to be, yeah, these are countersink drill bits, and they're to use to countersink things. I was also going to use them on my runners and you know, you can either buy one or you can buy a kit. Get a few different ones. That little one's probably all I need for what I'm intending to do, but just not sure. And then you get both of these things were really quite inexpensive, and you know, kind of buy different things as I need them. So I got quite a size variety here of different countersink bits. So that's nifty. I like that when they come in little cases like that too. It's convenient. So I'll put that there. I'm not sure how that's looking. Here's probably what I'm most excited about. I have pissed around long enough. Like, I have enough knives and everything to where I just gotta have a good, and chisels and everything, where I just gotta have a good stone. And I've pissed around with some pretty cheap things, and I just don't have the patience for it. I got too many things to sharpen, and I'm hoping this one's decent. And like, you know, I just have so many things I always got to be sharpening and stuff. And you can really save a lot of time quickly with a good stone, and you just get so many more places. Like, I got to have things razor sharp, like the amount of knife work and stuff I do, and like I just need it. So you see we got there's a guide on here, and this will be double-sided. It's 325, which is chores, and I forget what the other side is. Extra fine 1200, and I'm liking the look of this thing so far. It's a diamond stone, and you see this is a guide, so you can tell, like, that's a 25 and that's a 20, that's 17. Different guides there for the depth, and I guess you just put that right in under here. It's got a nice grip to it, hey, so it's not going everywhere. I just got to figure out how to flip it around here. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I'm going to have to try that out right quick and see how it does. 325 to 1200 is quite a jump. It would not be a bad idea to have steps in between there, likely. But it should do all right. We'll see how it all goes. It feels bulky. I will see what kind of an edge I can put on here, and then I'll let you know. Okay, so that is the ticket. I've spent maybe like 8 minutes working on this stone, and damn, is that ever beautifully sharp. I'm loving it. Like, to hit with a 325, you're moving material quickly, and then 1200 is very well, it's reasonably fine. Now, it wouldn't probably hurt to have jumps in between there, but like, if I hit that shit any finer than 1200, like, I'm just gonna be cutting the shit out of myself, because that is already just stupid sharp. So yeah, this is really the ticket here. I am happy with this, and I got so many to sharpen. Like, this isn't even an extremely inexpensive stone, but I've had these cheap Chinese pieces of shit around here, different kinds. Just buy, there's so many things that are like this, you know. Like, you just buy them once and you're so much better off. Like, I got so many knives around here to sharpen. I don't even know the half of them. All the different knives I use and stuff. Here's some of the ones I use on the pretty well the daily. This one cuts bones. It's a El Cheapo. It's not a good one. And then this is from, these three are from Richard Miller. This one is a beautiful little knife. It works great on muskrats and the feet of different critters you're doing for taxidermy. You could skin a whole animal with it, and I would. Other than the fact that I love this one so much, particularly on coyotes. It's real nice for coyotes. And it's currently razor sharp. And this one I daily, because I don't want to be using the same knife I skin coyotes with for cutting dinners and stuff. And everything else I'm using that knife for. Because it wouldn't be good. So, I guess what I'm trying to do here, guys, I'm trying to put runners on my sled and go haul firewood tomorrow. But I don't know how this is all going to go here, because I got to put runners on that, and it's a good time to do it for sure, right before I go haul wood. I got beavers to skin anyway. I'll probably get my chainsaw ready to go. You see my beavers from I'm filming a chopping video now too. Look at the size difference there. Hey, holy. Okay guys, right on day. So I finally got everything lined up for this sled project. Hey, Poochie's over there chewing on beaver foot, and we're just having a cup of coffee here, enjoying the day and such. It's a beauty of a day. So what I'm doing here is putting the bottom on this sled, because otherwise it's gonna wear out. And particularly now, you know, it's starting to melt off the hilltops and shit. And you can see I've been driving it not too very long. And it's already, like, I've hit a couple rocks. I don't like that. I really don't like that. This is puckboard, and it's probably about the best thing we can put on this, actually. It'll work just right on. That's what I'm thinking. I just kind of figuring how as I go here. This is gonna be actually work out really quite nice. The one thing I'm not terrible sure about is like originally I had bought this big board and I really struck out because it's a 6-foot board, which is perfect length for what I'm doing here, because puckboard is expensive and it's just 1/4 inch and could go thicker, but this stuff is just not gonna wear down, you know, for what I'm doing, or at the very least a really long time. It was originally just thinking about putting just one big piece the whole deal and cover the whole bottom at once. Then I realized it's gonna slide around really bad. Like coming down a hill, I'm gonna jackknife for real rank. You know, it's just not gonna be good. What I think I'm gonna do here, just now that I think about it, because I didn't realize I knew I was hitting a couple rocks. Those are pretty significant gouges. Over time that's gonna wear out. So what I'm doing here, just ripping 2-inch pieces with these ones are gonna be 2 inches, and then over here a little bit narrower. So we're gonna get that set up here and then start drilling her through. But yeah, this is gonna work out real quite nice, because and then this sled should really last a long time. I talked to my buddy, had one, and then I had got a couple ideas about how to do this. Got this lined up. This works out just perfect, like minimal waste. I cut strips off here, and then I'll even do the angled section on my sled. It's just perfect. So you can see I just line her up here with my 2-inch mark on my saw, of course, and I rip. Cuts just beautifully, and it cuts real straight too. Those are beautiful strips, and it don't matter if we got leftover puckboard. You know, we're up north here, this Canada, it's pretty well a national currency up here. Okay guys, so this is going just really quite nicely. It's quite a process, so it's quite a job, but it's an easy job. So I've already got the center ones done. You can see this is exactly how I ripped her. It's perfect size, so it's really quite nice. What I'm trying to do here is line this up at the back, and then I want to cut it right where it bends here, and a little tricky, but it don't have to be terrible precise here actually. So I just kind of got all different sorts of tools and shit all over the place, but I'll just mark this, and then just so I can cut it straight. And then we'll use that piece to do, we're gonna have to do it in 3 different sections here, but yeah, that's perfect. Okay friends, so I'm just working on this video now. The only thing here, like my sled, it turned out really nice. Everything went really well. It's working really well how it's at. The only thing is, and you'll hear me talk about it later on kind of, is that you'll see here in the next clip too, is just how I have the back of the sleigh. Like on the front, we got nice smooth transitions. There's no pressure there that's trying to pull any of that off. You know, it's just sliding nice that whole way on the transitions in the front, the 3 separate pieces on the runners, and then there's 2 on the center. But on the back, I just left that edge. It was kind of just like end up being just blunt there, right? So what would end up happening is I would reverse, and it would cut deep. You know, it was digging in, and it was putting a lot of pressure on there. I actually ripped a couple screws through there on the back outside ones. You'll hear me talk about that. But the ticket there is, there's a little piece here I got to put on. You can see in this next clip where it should be a little piece, but I just, for the time being, just cut it with the X-Acto on an angle there, and it's much better. But that was the only thing that was good, but not good, but otherwise it was all right on. So hope you enjoy the rest of the video, guys. Cut this one about 1/8 of an inch shorter. It's actually about perfect, maybe not quite, doesn't really matter. So we're gonna line it up right to the ass end over here, and I'll just put one of these to hold the place while I drill the front, just to make sure we don't get it off. Fuck, eh? Looking good, looking real pretty good. drill this side in too. These here are really deadly, and it was a nice little addition, a nice little excuse to buy them for this project. So we're just gonna bore that out a tad, and then they're the perfect size, and then that sits right flush, right? So these are machine screws. They got a relatively round head on them. Maybe not so much as like some of those nice Allen ones, but I see I got them. You know, there might be a touch of a ridge there, but I'm gonna suck that down. Now I'm not too concerned. Like if that wears out over time, if it does, which I doubt it would much, like it really don't matter. You know, nothing's gonna be catching or ripping. So we'll do that. I'm gonna get both sides set up like that. We'll get 2 screws through. Then we'll get the nuts on the other side, and then I'm going 1, 2, 3, a whole bunch of shit. So I got them all. See, I got these 2 ones, they're bolted in, and now they're held in place, but I want to make sure my edges are flush. Like there's quite a bit of play in this, like, you know, there's good flex in it, and then I hold it flush and put in all my holes here for my screws. What I don't want to do is over sink them, because then I got less material. I just over synced one. It was a little bit silly, but like I see I'm nice and flush here, but if I sink them too far, then there's not much I'm holding on to on the puckboard. So I'll just do it quick, and I'd rather it a little ridge than a little over sunk, you know. So I just kind of check them as I go. And damn, these are real nifty. Like, it don't take much. It's real nifty. These countersink bits. A real addition here in my tools. Something I've never had before. So I was relieved when I seen I could do this, but you see, I had to climb right in there because it's so deep, this sled. Be a real rascal. Like, you could jam a wrench in there maybe in some places, but like here it'd be tough. Sorry. See, I got that one. It's just free spinning on the other side. Here I go again on my own, going down the only road. Ready to fuck as well. I nearly got her licked here. I'm just well, on this piece there's still a lot to do. It's quite a project actually. So this is getting pretty overkill at this point, but I'm doing it anyway, just because, you know, I have these little pieces. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do these center pieces, but I figured it might as well. Like these are fairly decent. Like I've hit the same rock here twice likely. I think I know which rock did this too, but like, there's plenty more rocks, and that was even when there's lots of snow too. It wasn't out of the ordinary. So on this episode of Safety with Traplines and Inlines, you don't want to stick your fingers in there, boys. And we're going through all this extra time, and we're gonna put these center pieces on here instead of just doing it easy in one piece, because then I got this ridge. Like, this is my tread, hey? So when I'm going through snow, like, I'm not sliding around so bad, particularly in this kind of shit. It's still gonna slide, but you have something that stops it from just going, you know, willy wander every different direction. So anyways, I'll get them put through, and then I'm gonna start unripping these center pieces. This part here is gonna be exposed. There's just no two ways about it. It doesn't matter though at all. Testing out new hot chocolate today. Roll of stuff. It's a bit expensive. I go through it a bit much. It's good. It's right on. I'll show you later. I had to switch sides. I was cutting just off my measure without the guide, so it got crooked on me. So I'm not gonna have much left though, which is nice because it's not cheap stuff. Cut's nice. That's a beauty little saw too. So I guess that was my last. Fuck. Guess that's my last piece over here. Oh, I'm really tripping and spilling shit trying to film here. That's all I had left, and like I said, find a use for it someday. Put it in my pile of shit over there. Okay, so that took way longer than I thought it would. as usual, you know, all these little things usually do, but this one in particular, it's a real bastard. Get on the other side of it, you know, it like being that it's so deep, it was a bit of an issue to, I had to kind of get those nuts right so I could hit it with the impact and they'd set in there, you know. So it's real good. I just pretty well finished. You know, I got this thing bolted on mint. It turned out wonderfully. I'm ecstatic. That's gonna really work good. The only thing is, I'd like to tighten them down a touch more. It's just like, but like these ones, I can't even jam a wrench in down the center to hold them there. So I'm honestly probably, like, it'll be fine. It's not coming loose for what we're gonna do tomorrow and whatever else, you know, it'll be fine. But next time someone's here wants to hold a screwdriver or whatever, I'd like to tighten them all down and take no time flat to rip through there. Breaking out my baby there tonight, guys. It's been a minute to knock the dust off her. I haven't been using it all winter, of course, since I cut firewood last. Now we're gonna get her rigged up here, do a little maintenance and shit. Now that sled, like, it really wasn't crucial to get all the bottom of that put on there and stuff, and like for the amount of winter that's left. But I figured it was a good time to do it. I was looking for something to do, and otherwise, come time to give her in this next winter or whatever, then all of a sudden you won't have time then. So it was good to get done. Doing some serious tree cutting probably, so that's why I break out this beauty. You know, she's just on another level than my yard worker. Of course, she does mint work. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little maintenance here, and then I just need a bit more wood. Unless I'm working in here lately, like now that trapping done, like I'm not doing any, I only start a fire when I come in here to work, and it stays warm in here during the day. So I'm burning through very little wood, but it would be nice to stockpile, you know, while I have a chance here, have some for the summer and stuff too there. So that's the plan, guys. Today just not quite go how I wanted it to, but it's cool. I had troubles with that sled first right straight away. On the back, on the sides, I might have countersunk both of them a little bit much, but there's so much force on that coming back because it's a blunt end. And like, you know, I'm driving through this shit and I'm hitting trees and all this ugly stuff, but so I actually pulled those bolts through. I pulled them right through the puckboard, which is better than pulling them through the sled, but I guess there wasn't enough material there. So what I did was just put a washer on there, so they're not flush there now. They're out a bit. So, but now it's holding mint, and I've been working the shit out of it. That happened before I even put wood in it, which was crazy. Now I've been hauling shitloads of wood, so I just kind of fucked around with that and been cutting a bit here. I cut some over there. I cleaned up around the beaver house a bit. There's a beaver house over there. I was originally thinking about trapping them. I'm just gonna leave them be because they're not doing me really any harm. So yeah, whereas the other two are, and I kind of want to be done trapping. So other than that, yeah, so I was in quite a panic to get a pile of wood going because I thought we were gonna have a little bit of a waste of a day there for a second, but no, it's been good. I got a fair bit piled up. The bitch of this finding poplar is that it's not a durable wood, so it don't last long. Like even this big ass tree, it's not too bad. You can see it's decent. It'll burn nice, but it is a little ripe. That's why the best thing to do is just, you know, instead of trying to chomp through this shit and find the odd tree, is just cut her green and let her dry. That's what I'm doing there. So wait, and with my other pile of wood, but yeah, other than that, I'm having a blast. It's a good day. I love this chainsaw with all my heart. It's such a treat. I love it. And then yeah, I'm gonna buck up this log a bit. I've been cutting all day. Should maybe sharpen my saw. It's a touch all, but it's pretty good. You really don't need a bigger saw than this. Like for me in this part of the world, like north side, all we got is these poplar trees and spruce and pine. You know, you don't need a big saw. They don't grow very big either. So like this 20-inch 55cc, I can't imagine needing anything bigger. Actually, it's just well rounded for what we're doing here. You know, there's no sense running around with a, you know, big old saw with a big ass bar cut down 20-inch trees. So you know what I mean though? Like it's just like it's just a wonderful little saw. We'll see how it does though over time is the real test. Another thing, you see me wearing these chaps and this helmet now, I guess, but So my dad was reading all of the safety comments. People go real anal on the safety. Watch me. So, he's then gets worried and sends me these. I didn't buy them, and I didn't buy this helmet, to tell you the truth. I guess he gets worried and then sends it to me. Honestly, they're kind of one of them things I probably wouldn't buy. I know, don't freak out. You probably should, but now that I have the things. Like, if I were to slice my leg up and have chaps sitting in the workshop, it'd be a different kind of... I'd look pretty stupid, so I'm wearing them. You hardly know they're there. They'd be a pain in the ass, probably real hot in the summer. And I like this helmet, because this saw is loud. Like, compared to my other ones. Way louder. So... No, you could see me from fucking outer space today with the Husqvarna orange, but it's not too bad, so... I'll let her rip, and we'll buck up this log, and then I'm about done for it. I haven't got a real good pile of wood. Like, it's just slower, you know. I'm chopping through all this fucking, all this snow, trying to split wood and stuff, and run around with a sled. Can't fit much, but it's been good, so it's right on. Okay, so this is about it for me for today. I think once we get through this dirty old log, I think she's gonna get pretty ripe once we get down much further on the stump here. But I'm gonna fill my sled up. It's probably a pretty big tree. Might take me 2 trips. I can't get a pretty decent capacity for like just a sled for the skidoo, but yeah, it gets pretty fucking ripe down there. I don't even care, because like this time of the year, the kind of fires I'm burning, like they're just so slow because it's so warm. Got that big ass stove. She just smolders along all day, so it don't really matter. But I got some pretty nice stuff today and some not so nice stuff, but it's fine. Yeah, she's rather ripe, but like this one here right off this stump is pretty well, you know, she's nearly a goner, but we'll make do here. Yeah, see how it just sinks in there. It's no good. And it's a bugger to get the axe back out, you know. See? Fuck. I'm trying to hit it like that's a bad swing. Hey, right here. I don't even want to, like, I don't even want to be here. I want to be, like, just right on the edge. And that wasn't it either, I don't think. See, with the snow, it kind of cushions it when I, when I really hit it. But same thing, the ground is springy, and in the spring it's real soft and kind of springy. It's not as much fun splitting, but we're getting her done. I don't got too much left here, and yeah, it's boring. I won't keep you waiting. So this hot chocolate, I try. It's called Compliments with marshmallows. I don't know why they put the marshmallows in there. They just melt. Anyway, it's quite a bit cheaper. That roll of stuff, I've done a couple times with that roll. I like it so much I drink too much and make myself sick of it. But this Compliment stuff is cheaper and tastes pretty good. So I'm hacking them down today, and we're giving her. But yeah. Okay guys, so that's really not a lot of wood, but it should do the trick. What it's trying to do here, get enough to make her through the winter. Just make sure I have enough. It's not going to take much at this point. And then a little bit probably for the summer fires and stuff outside in my fire pit. You can see I got all that, and then this stuff here as well. I didn't want to pile it up any higher there, so once I burn that down, I'll just pile this up right there. Yeah, so I indefinitely have enough, to get through the last bit of winter, and then go from there. I got that big ass pile up there that is drying, and it shouldn't be too terribly long before it's ready to go once this sun comes out and stuff. But other than that, I got some more up there. I thought I'd just keep it there just in case I need it at the workshop, but I doubt it, or very little at the least, because I'm just not thawing furs or anything anymore. So if you take a look, like, you see that if you draw a line, oh fuck, I can't see. So if you draw a line about here, like this stuff here is really good wood, and then this stuff here is a little bit, it's not mint dryness, but it'll still, like, what that's good for, go to bed, throw one of them on, and it'll smolder all night or during the day when I'm gone all day or whatever. Today is +4, it's insane. You don't even have to start a fire. That stuff there is pretty ripe too. I just can't, it takes so much time trying to find good poplar. Like, it just, like I said, it's not durable, so it don't last worth a shit. You see the difference, like this one, as I tell it, yeah. And then like this is, like, that is good wood there. But it don't last worth a shit, so by the time you get out, like, it just rots. So that's definitely the way to do it, just like I did with that big ass piles. Just go to a spot, start cutting down trees. You can cut them down all in the same place, back up there with the truck, load her up, you're good to go. No fucking around. So also, the dog was ripping with me there for a fair bit, but it's a lot back and forth, so I didn't want to wear him out. He's been chilling. What do you figure? The meals around here sure haven't been too fancy in a while. Oh, the steam's getting the camera. Okay, friends, so a few things there here this evening. One is the wolves are here right now. I just heard them howling not too long ago. They're pretty close. I still hear both of them, so I haven't got any caught yet. I'll let you know. Today is the 12th. There's 3 more days left of season, so I think I was going to check tomorrow and then 2 days. Chairs sure awesome. I am so super happy about it. It's just really comfortable, and do all, like, I've been doing video for a couple hours now, so when you're working that much time, you gotta have someplace comfortable, and whatnot. Otherwise it's just painful, and that's not good. So I've been super happy about that. My butane cooktop, I think it might be not too pretty good on the butane. I think it's kind of inefficient. Not so much inefficient as is, like, it's gonna run through a lot of them bottles, and those bottles are I think it was $9 for 3, so they're about $3 a piece, or maybe it was 10, but I'm already burned through the first one, which is not good. It's really not good to be going through them like that. Is a little bit too much. So we'll see. I don't really have a good feel. Like, I'm using it a fair bit now because I don't really want to be starting fire outside right now, and not burning my wood stove hot enough. But once everything kind of melts up outside and I get fires going, cooking outside and shit, I'll really get a good feel for how much I am I will be using it and how much butane I'm going through, because if so, that's quite a bit at this rate. And otherwise, like, I paid $31 for it. Worst case, Ontario be a novelty item, you know, so maybe those propane ones are far more efficient. I don't have a clue. Like, my little propane water heater is sure efficient, crazy efficient, but it's entirely different ball game, I guess. So I'm not sure, but I would lean towards it being more efficient. I don't know how much. I don't know a damn thing about them, those cooktops. Honestly, I didn't research it a whole lot. Being $30, I just kind of bought it. I had the idea in my head that I'd try it out, see it was $30 and bought it. You know, it was one of them things. So I also am gonna get a new battery for my quad. Got one ordered. It's gonna have to have that ready to go. It's just not worth pissing around with those shitty batteries, because you get stranded. Like, even if you were to piss around, try and boost that shit, like, and drive it, then all of a sudden it stalls out on you or whatever, and then you're stranded. So it's like probably gonna be $140-$150. Get them stock AGM Japanese batteries or whatever. It starts with a Y. Can't pronounce the rest of it. But other than that, this is the video here now. You'll have to pardon me. It's kind of been a little lower energy. I'm pretty tired here actually. So it's a little bit slower going, I think, but I don't know. You'll have to. It's hard for me to say until I watch it and stuff. But other than that, this was, I thought, a pretty important video. It's the first video back, probably. I'm finishing my trapping video as well. I'll probably post that one first, because I don't want to be zigzagging back and forth, because that sucks. So I'll probably post that. It'll probably be short, not much of a video. And then from there, I'm going to post this one. Now, this video is the transition video, right? It goes from the trap into this, so it's a very important video. So I try to put a lot into this one. I'm hoping it's a good one. Not quite done yet, but it's looking good on the video editing and stuff, I think. I hope. And then from there, you know, I'm going to have the rest of March and start of April will be busy elsewhere. It's a busy time of the year. Not at camp, but other than that, like, I wanted to get this first video done and good and get it out before I get busy with other things, because then I just don't have a chance to film anything around here. And I want to have that set in place before I get busy elsewhere. And then from there, I think I'm going to be focusing especially much on the quality of these videos instead of the quantity, because I've been, you know, I've a little bit been that way on quantity a bit. Like, sometimes I find myself, I say, well, I'll save this for the next video instead of including it. I'll just put it in this one. I think it's bad when I'm thinking that way. It's just not as good for the videos. Try and jam it all in. You know, there's more we can do this year. So we'll see, you guys. You heard my talk earlier about the plans for around here. Things change every day and they happen quickly, so you never know what the hell to expect. I couldn't tell you either. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope everyone's doing just great. There's a bit of a video delay after this one. Don't mind me. I'll be back shortly. See, I'm gonna be trying to squeeze some things in there as well. So we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching, guys. Over and out.